Okay. Hi.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to this
Hi.
next episode of Bench Life Besties, where we're going to get raw and dirty and let's talk about things. I'm Sari.
And I'm Jody.
Yeah.
And today we were actually chatting before we started about creativity. We're both really feeling it. And as we were chatting, we were like, shit, we should probably be recording this. So what I just told Sari was, so I've always felt like I'm way too creative to lead normal structured 9 to 5 life and be sane, but I'm
Mm,
not creative enough to be one of the super weirdo, truly gifted creative people that become big and successful, or they don't care about success and they just, focus their life on their creativity. Like I'm too vanilla for that world, but I'm too fucking weird and sprinkly for the other world. So that's where we're at.
I love that description, first of all, because it really is in this middle space. And like you can feel that you're really wanting to get to that other side. And I feel like the journey is going through everything you're going through and even doing everything you've done your entire life, like it's been a preparation ground for it, and you're not done yet. So
Mm.
keep going.
It's
Like,
Go ahead.
yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I think it's all part of getting to know how you want to express yourself creatively in this world is going through everything you've done so far and discovering more and more and exploring. I mean, that's where it's at, this deep exploration of
Mhm.
the authentic way that you want to give yourself and share yourself. And you are finding that. You've done it so majorly in the past few years with your schooling and with breath classes that you've done at the Japanese Friendship Garden. It just seems like it's really coming into existence.
Oh, thank you, Sari. I think the same about you. Like you published your book, your first book, and your Sari's also published this amazing children's coloring book. And
Mm.
what's it called, Sari? The
Yeah, everyone check it out for your kids or your nephews or nieces. It's called The Playful Artist
That's it.
by
I have
Stacey.
it, but I won't. I'll dig it up and I'll show it to us next time. It's adorable. I ordered like, I don't know, 5 copies or something, gifted them out. You did that, and then you have your flower cart and your big move. Yes, I feel like we become more of who we are as we're
Yes.
aging. I was born a creative weirdo. I sent you those pictures today, and I mean,
Yes.
before I can even remember, I was dressed up all the time in the weirdest shit.
Putting with passion and creativity in those pictures. Like your smile was just like,
Always,
like so big and so
always.
explosive. Like,
I was so lucky that my mom encouraged that. I was so lucky. She'd be like, "Just go play in my closet." Mhm. It was a blast. Um,
yes.
but like a
I
lot of
can.
things in life, I think that the where I'm at now, it's been like a funnel. It's about figuring out, it's editing, right? Figuring out what you don't
Mm,
want to focus your attention on. That has been the hardest part, I think. 'Cause, you get it, Sari. I like today I
mhm.
want to make seashell mobiles, or tomorrow I want to make Tatakezomi flower Japanese prints, or I'm gonna, do big flower arches, or have an apothecary or a vintage shop, or do jewelry, blah 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 blah. And I really want to do it all. And I dive the fuck into it all. And
Yes.
soon enough, I usually find out like, wow, this was supposed to make money, and it's but I love
Right?
it, and, it's
You have
there,
such a
it's there.
purity, Jody. That's
What?
you. You have such a purity and you really get into it.
I'm sorry. That's the first time anyone's ever said that about me.
Like, okay, so I'll explain, like, what I mean. So,
Okay,
okay,
please.
you know how when a little kid, say, imagine a little kid that's, like, 4 years old, they're
Mhm,
bouncing off the walls. They're like, they're really into this one thing, and then, oh my god, they go to the other side of the room, and they're like, "Ah!" And they're just, like, into that, and then I mean, it's everything you just described, and so there's a purity in the joy of it, because it's not all about I mean, yes, we love money, and we do the
mhm.
money dance, and we
Woo!
love it. We want it, we welcome it, but the joy is in, what you do, the purity of your passion, your flight. Your
I love that
flight
you call it that. You see, you're such a sweetheart because you see it that way, and I just feel like every clinician is like, ADHD, ADHD.
Mm. Yeah,
So, but maybe, maybe the 2 aren't separate. Like, what is ADHD and what's
yeah,
hypercreativity and what's a short attention span? What's
exactly.
curiosity?
And
Like
we all have to watch out for the labels that box us because
mhm,
if we label ourselves like that, ADHD or ADD, then there's a sense of stopping right there.
mm,
Whereas if you let go of the label and you keep moving and keep getting into whatever that energy is that you're feeling, then you move past all of the barriers and you dive and go deeper into the creativity of the waters where you don't feel your feet on the ground anymore because a
mm,
label makes you feel your feet on the ground,
mhm.
and that's limiting.
That's
I feel
true.
like
That's so smart. Yeah, I get that. It's finite then. And I know a lot of women, a lot of my personal friends have taken the time and have been diagnosed with ADHD. I think as young girls, I sent you a copy of my report card. Every report card in elementary school. She is flighty, underlined. So we didn't get diagnosed when we were kids. I'm sure I probably would have been diagnosed, but the women I know who are being diagnosed now, they get it and they're like, I think it's a relief because it confirms some things, but I don't know anyone who's like,
yeah,
I have ADHD and I want to start meds in my 50s. But if you do and it works for you, fantastic. I need to preface this. I am in full support of whatever treatment helps you, whether that's
yeah,
chemical or holistic or what the fuck ever. I'm just saying personally, I mean, I if it is what it is, if this is my superpower is caused by some weird attention deficit,
ooh,
my childhood was chaotic, so that makes a lot of sense. And I would
yeah.
love to actually explore this a little bit since we are talking about creativity today. Do you think people who had a chaotic childhood
Mm.
become more creative because we were forced to think creatively growing up?
Oh my
I
gosh, I
don't know.
love this question. I've heard I don't know the answer, but I'll just share, like, some things that I've heard recently. I actually heard, like, people call it out and say, like, "Yes." So I think it was the Stan Store that The Diary of a CEO, Stephen Bartlett, has created, and I believe the one of the founders with him, John, when they were talking about this exact same thing, he actually owned it, and he said, "I think it has to do with my trauma and, like, how I'm tortured in my life," basically, something along those lines. And I was like, "Oh my god, I love the fact that someone is saying that." Like, actually saying it, that's really vulnerable place, and I just really appreciated it in him. So I don't know the answer for sure, but I do watch a lot of artist documentaries, and a lot of them seem to be trying to find a way through their own mind and through
Yeah.
their heart.
Yeah, probably that stereotype of the tortured artist exists for
Yeah.
a reason. I don't know that I've ever thought of a whole lot of the great artists and been like, "Wow, that That woman seemed really stable, so no. Can we switch?
That
Let's switch gears here, Sari. Tell me what you're working on. What are you working on? Let's jump into something fun and fresh and for spring. Tell
yes.
me what you're
Oh,
working on right now.
oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, we're gonna jump and we're gonna leap into a new
Yeah,
area.
sorry, I think pretty much anytime I feel truly like I'm getting vulnerable, I just change the subject. I'm noticing this through our podcast recordings and I redirect.
Wait, what?
So I don't mean to cut
Girl,
you
you
off.
know I'm not gonna let that happen. We gotta make a U-turn. We gonna U-turn.
It's not even vulnerability. I think it's just like a little bit of insecurity. Like I'm talking too much, so I need to shut up and let's
No.
go forward. And it's not a hostile, I'm just becoming aware of it. Like in this podcast, when I edit it, I'm like, wow, really, I don't know, maybe it's trying to keep things on track, or maybe it's because I'm flighty. Fuck if I know. Anyway,
I wonder. I think that we have been exchanging in a very balanced conversation for sure.
good.
Um, and so we can go in any direction that we feel always. I just want to also share, like simultaneously, that finding our why for doing anything, whether it's creatively or something else, discovering and really knowing why we do something, what drives us, what motivates us, what gives us that desire to do whatever it is that we're doing, creatively or not, that knowing that is really part of the process. Like it could even be that leap that you need to take, Jody Bodhi Tree, into the next area of your life where you do want to be more of a successful artist in the sense that you want to be.
Hmm. Yes, where I can rely on that. Um, Boy, that can be what I actually do to create income, money, that
Yeah.
energy, to have what
Mm.
I feel is this just enough. Like I would love to be able
Mm.
to create art and have it result in enoughness. I very much love to focus on how bountiful my life is and how grateful I am and notice the tiniest things and find those like really find my version of holiness in these quiet, quiet minutes. The puppy snoring in my armpit today. So grateful for that. It'll bring me to tears. So it's not that I feel I lack, but let's be real. Shit is expensive. Just keeps getting more expensive. I welcome and I embrace financial freedom. You just enough to have that. And I think anyone who has tried to be an entrepreneur or an artist or follow their passion and not murder their soul at a job can understand that probably. Most of us have done both,
Yeah.
done the shitty jobs and then tried not to, and it's hard. So, yeah, my goal now in this phase is to just trust that what I produce is good enough and to trust in that. And I've been doing that now for a few years. I don't know what the final destination is, but I know I've been building this path one good step after the
Mm.
next. And I now am at the point where I can look back and I still don't know where I'm going, but I'm like, fuck yeah, that road is solid. Like I'm good. I'm on
Oh,
the right path. I
yes.
collected all these credentials and these skills and this experience and took these risks and built this path. So it's like, okay, I don't know what the fuck happens next, but I'm going to continue to jump. Even saying that gives me butterflies and just trust the universe will rise up.
Yes, that you'll be met. Yes.
Mhm.
Do you know what is your why for doing everything that you just said that you have been building?
I like to focus more on what my how is. Like,
Yeah.
How does doing that serve me? How does doing that change my life? As it feels more open to me than why. So I'm looking for that how
Ooh.
of I know in coaching we ask how questions, not why, because why can tend to feel a little bit like accusatory. And I know there's
Oh,
no world in
no.
which you are doing that.
Oh.
No, I know, Sari, and it's a natural question. I learned that in motivational interviewing. Really, if you focus on the how, it just sparks a different level
I
of motivation.
love this. Yes. It had a different energy about it.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
how is my habit of slugging 20 cups of coffee a day serving me? As opposed to why do I do it? Why do I do it? I don't fucking because I don't know, it tastes good, I'm addicted with how?
Ooh.
Because it helps me with that energy that I used to put into cigarettes. It helps me feed my disordered
Mm.
eating goblin that still lives inside me. It keeps me going, like, lots of things. That's how.
Has, like how has this quality of being able to transform and grow and evolve versus, like, why is, like feels like it's in cement?
Yeah, yeah, right? Little bit. And it's an honest question, and again, if people ask you why, I wouldn't be like, "Oh, you motherfucker."
Yeah.
Um,
I'll show you with my bitch slap. You're gonna feel my
I'll
why.
slap that why right out your mouth, oh. Um, how that's going to serve me. Because I want that feeling of well, first, I want a deep sense of security. And that's just like, look at the hierarchy of needs. I need to get that base Maslow, that base level. But even more than that, I think I've tried every way possible to get to there, doing the things that make me miserable. And I just fucking crash out every time. Just doesn't. And
Yes, get that.
after the sixth or seventh time you've had cancer removed from your body, you really start to look at time differently. And if I have 5 minutes left or I have 5 years left or 15 or
Mm.
20, I don't want to spend them hating my existence. And that's a very that sounds like a very privileged thing to say and entitled, but mind you, I have sacrificed pretty much everything to try and construct a life that supports that. Like to really embrace the
Yeah.
simplicity and living in Baja in a rural area. We are cooking all of our food and it is not going out to dinner or going to Starbucks or et cetera, et cetera. So, um, really just being able to wake up every day and go, first of all, today I get to be creative. Second of all, today I get to help people. I
Mm.
want to help women. I want to defend women. I want to empower women. I want to fight for women. I want to bond with women. I want to connect women. I want to support women. I want to create a space where women who like me, really wanted kids but didn't have them. So a child-free space where it's more by circumstance than choice to see how life plays out for us because I feel like I'm an invisible demographic there. And I know I'm not. So I'm not the only one feeling that way. So I guess my why is
Yeah.
to empower myself and other women. And my how does that serve me? It makes my world a better place and it makes the world a better place. I struggle with that because there's that part of me that's like, "Oh, you think you're hot shit. What you have to say matters. Like, who the fuck do you think you are putting that out there, right?" Um, I don't really feel like I'm suffering so much from imposter syndrome now because what I want to focus on, you know, yoga for recovery, women who are really in health recovery or health reinvention, and I'll stay in my scope of practice. It's more just like, m- um, do I have value? Is what do I have value
Yes.
to share?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. I know you value me, but is it just like, is it my ego that's like, oh, anyone's gonna give a fuck if you put this out there, like who's gonna give a fuck? It's also staying, again, trusting that if I create this, it will find the people or the people will find me that needs to be
Yes.
found, right?
Yes. You gotta create your Jody Bodhi tree empire of health reinvention. That sounds so beautiful, Jody, and it sounds like so your heart bursting all over this podcast, saying exactly what you wanna do, and that doesn't sound like ADHD to me. That sounds so focused. That's beautiful and so much a part of you. Oh, like even the wind chimes in the background, they're dancing because they feel it too. That's you.
I was hoping you could hear that. That's the ocean and
Yeah.
wind chimes in the background, by the way. I left the door open today.
That sounds so beautiful.
Um, but yeah, it's I've always tried to rein it in. I've always felt like I need to rein myself in or see what's working and then try and adjust to that, you know? So for the first time, it's like, no,
Yeah.
fuck it. I'm gonna 100% what I'm gonna put out is just gonna authentically be what I put out and
And then just
you
see
know.
what happens. Yeah,
Mhm.
by this time in our lives, I feel the same way, and I feel like I'm in that same space.
Yay, let's talk about
That
you.
oh, no, not that
Yes.
pretty
Yes,
one.
I'm good. I'm done talking. I'm done.
That's
I've said everything to say. I wanna talk about you. Tell me what you're working on. I just
You're
bled
so
my heart
adorable,
open all
bestie.
over. So,
I
yeah.
just was resonating with what you were saying because I really do feel like, you know, we live so much of our lives doing so many different things, and that's wonderful. It's like this beautiful adventure that we're on, right? For decades before we get to the 40s or the 50s.
Mhm.
And then now we're in our 40s and, a little or a lot exhausted
Mm.
and, grateful to have had all the experiences and grateful to have done so many things. And there's also a big part of me that wants to focus now on what I really wanna do. I've discovered so much about myself and explored so much, and
What is that?
and I still am exploring actually, and I'm still discovering, so it actually hasn't stopped yet. There is no
Mm.
stop sign. It just
Mm-mm.
keeps going and going and going, and that's the beautiful life that we get to live, all of us. So right now where I'm at is definitely feel more anchored. I've
Mm.
never in my life felt any sense of anchoring in my
Mm. Mhm.
entire life ever.
Mm. God, I know exactly what you mean.
And like I mean, I even look
Mm.
at the symbol of an anchor just so differently now. Like I'm really
Mm.
feeling it. It feels like an exhale, a deeper exhale of relaxing a little more and feeling my own body a little more and my own heart a little more and my own mind a little more. Not maybe a little, a lot, actually, a lot.
Hey, what do you think is bringing that sense of being anchored now into your life?
It feels like this last few years have been so hard in so many ways of feeling
Mhm.
so many feelings
Mm.
that I just needed to experience and sorting through it all and integrating it all into me and accepting, finding acceptance. Trouble understanding. Oh, it's probably what the my little speaker all of a sudden my like speaker
I
did
heard
you
that.
hear that? It was all it
I
said
thought it was
something.
Serena.
Oh my god, that was odd. Okay. So and it's all I'm having a hard time understanding what you're saying, and I was having a hard time understanding what was going on in my life, so some
Maybe it's you
synchronicity.
from another universe talking to you, Sari. Oh my god. We have tapped into the outer realm on our podcast.
I think that is true because a lot of that time in my life, although by the way, I love you, Sari, wherever you are in the other
I
realm.
love you too, Sari, other Sari.
Because I think that a lot of, my mind is trying to understand, actually, just like Siri was trying to understand what I was trying to say right now. I was trying to understand in my mind what has happened in my life. And speaking of why? Come to find that it's not about that because I will never understand and I will never know why.
Mm-mm.
Yet I can create something beautiful or something, whatever I want it to be. It doesn't have to be beautiful. It can be messy, disturbing,
Mhm.
freaky, fun, whatever. But I get to just live the way I want to live and I get to choose that like from now on, so there's a big release and it makes me want to cry because,
Mm.
my mind, I think, just it wanted something. It needed something, but now I get to hold myself and say, "You're okay. Like, you're okay. You're okay with where we are, where we've been,
Mm.
where we are right now, and where we're going. And I'm gonna be here with you." And so that part of me that just was so scared all the time and shaky, which, I'm not perfect. I still get that. I still feel that
Mhm.
sometimes daily at times, but I know now how to hold myself in that space. And that feels like something I've never had. And it feels like that anchoring I'm talking about.
It's so interesting that everything you said is so intrinsically motivated, right? Which is where
I think there's something you in another universe just came and was like, yes, yes,
I'm here
you
too, bitch. Let's
feel
go.
motivated.
Oh my god, we're besties in every universe. Don't kid yourself.
I
It's
love you,
amazing.
Jody Bodhi Tree in the other universe.
I love you too, girl. Let me know how it's going. Um, yeah, it's very intrinsic, like joy. I mean, I think we all know this, and it's textbook as well. Real motivation, real satisfaction, better mental health
Mm,
is truly rooted in intrinsic motivation. And so that's, in case you're wondering, um, that's like what Sarah is describing when we all act from both. But I think what's fundamentally important is intrinsically motivated. And it's
yes.
just so neat. So it's so neat, Sari. You're so neat.
What?
I I love you for inspiring me to use the word neat. Like
Oh
that's
my
how
god,
wholesome you are in my heart.
but neat. Oh no, can we do a different word, please? Neat sounds so orderly, and my
No,
experience
no,
has not been
I don't mean neat
orderly
like
at all.
tidy. No, I mean it's like neato. How about it's neato? Like
Neato.
Neato, neato.
Neato. I'm sorry, my experience in life has been so not neato and not
Mm.
neat and not I'm telling you, like, oh my gosh, it's just been more, I mean, I like what you said, wholesome. Did you say wholesome? Wholesome.
Mhm.
It's wholesome because it involves, when you're taking a test and you do E, all of the above, it's like more like that. So like all of it. Every variety, it's so dynamic and complex and will fuck with your head, but also feel incredible.
Mhm. All of
Like,
the above.
all of the above. Yeah.
Mhm. So is there tell m let's talk about what you're specifically working on, sorry.
Oh, that's right! Oh my gosh, that's all like, what we were talking about. Okay, so this is when I'll talk about my book on the pulse of reinvention.
Yes.
Will be here in, like, 2 weeks. We'll be able to hold it in our hand.
Ah!
I haven't had my parents for a long time,
I
and
know.
they definitely never, like I don't understand that driving force of wanting someone to be proud of you, so I actually don't understand that. But when I say that I'm proud of something that I did, I can say that to me, proud for me personally means appreciation. So
Mm,
I appreciate very deeply having done this book and created this book because I feel very appreciatively proud of it, you know? I appreciate it that, like, I've gone through, so much in my experience of life that I didn't know what to do with when all that energy is sitting inside of myself. It felt at times very destructive, and I needed to do something with it. I needed to make it into something that I wanted it to be and not just have it be inside of me, feeling like it's destroying me. So for that reason, I'm just so happy I get to hold it now. It became what I want it to be.
that's right.
Every page, I chose it. I chose
Every
it.
word,
Every
every
word.
word. That's
Yes.
like manifestation. That's it right there. It was something that didn't exist and you imagined it and you thought it and you created it and put it on paper and
And it
now it's
just
going to be a real I can't wait to read it. I can't wait to buy it
Yeah.
and read it. And okay, I want to know more about this. So how long have you been working on this? And is this tied to She Receives?
I've been working on it since I was 31, so
Jesus Christ.
I'm 48, so the math, I
It's a
guess,
whole child.
17 years, is that? Yeah,
Wow.
and it just began with just journaling, so it's a whole bunch of years, even a whole decade of journaling to just try to find my voice. So you know that saying of an artist needs to draw 10,000 drawings to even discover who they
Mm,
are, how they wanna draw? I feel like I wrote 10,000 pages just to discover my voice and how I wanted to
wow.
share it. And so over that time, I just wanted to discover along the way, but like in a sense that like my life and me, I had been broken down to as broke as I feel like I could possibly be. And
Mm,
when I made the choice to open up to life and trust that something can happen from my life that is something that I love and feel more a part of, like I belong to, I began the journey page by page through journaling. And I used it as a sort of documentation so that I can say, okay, I'm opening myself to life.
mm,
And in a way, kind of challenging life. Like, okay, I'm going to open myself to you and what's going to happen. And I wanted to document that along the way. So I was very curious. I think curiosity was major for me. And I felt like it was possible. So that drove me. And then I now see over so many years, though, it did not happen right away. And over so many years, I've seen my life really change so much and me
mm,
change, not just my life, but I'm talking about me. Like I really got to feel that it does happen, like you say,
mm.
intrinsically. That when I felt those changes inside myself, that saw it in my life, I saw that it was directly connected to it. And And that to me, it was fascinating. It touched something in my mind, and something in my heart that made me feel like, "Okay, I can get down with life. I can get down with life now." Whereas
You do.
before, I was like, I just had, issues. I was like, "What the fuck?
Mm.
Like, what? No, like, this isn't okay with me. I'm not okay with any of this." And so now I can get down with
You do get down with life, Sari. You get downer with life than most people I've ever known. So, this book, I mean, it's you. It's you. And what exactly is in the book? Is this journaling? Is this
Mhm.
something like letters you've written? I'm
Yeah,
so excited, and I'm your biggest fan.
yeah.
I'm gonna buy the first copy as soon as that shit rolls over. I wanna buy the first I think I got the first copy as She Receives and your coloring book maybe, so
I think so too. My
mm,
Jody Bodhi tree, my
fuck yeah.
bestie.
I'm waiting in
Jody
line like
Bodhi
it's
tree.
Ticketmaster, like it's 1999 again, like, refresh, refresh, give me that book, bitch. Yeah, my best friend.
Oh, we all need support and celebration like this. That's what we're here for in Bench Life Besties. And that's
Yes,
what oh,
ma'am.
oh. So, like, it's basically you get to experience when you hold that book, you get to go through your own personal journey of your reinvention. So you get to feel like you have a friend there with you as you explore these different qualities about your own experience with yourself and with your life. And then I also share along the way journal entries that I've written.
Mm,
And so you get to, have some kind of connection with someone being vulnerable in a similar space. I mean, maybe it's not so similar, but maybe it is. And maybe it can give someone an idea and that sparks
mm,
what you can write. Because a lot of people, they don't know what to write when they sit to
mm-mm,
journal. And
mm-mm.
so I wanted to share things along the way so that it could maybe spark something in them. But I definitely, it's very much about the person who's holding the book in their hand. It's about their journey and yeah, it's just step by step. So it's basically a map, for another person to go through their own reinvention process.
So there is nobody in the world that anybody could ask for better to hold their hand while they go through those deep, raw, vulnerable spaces than you. And I know I'm biased, but it's just who you are. You are so soft and so strong. Don't ever mistake Sari softness for weakness. It's no, no, no. I don't think you'd make that mistake more than once. Um,
Oh,
but you just are such a devoted, true, loyal friend and human, and
oh, my
I
best.
cannot wait. I can't wait.
Oh, bestie, bestie. Oh, I am definitely one person of so many in this world that is soft and strong and everything involved that what it takes. I definitely look at it as there are so many ways like you're doing, Jody, of being there for other women and really being there along their process. And it's like we all if it's something that calls to us, we all have our own way of doing it, of being there for someone and of taking the energy of things we've experienced and sharing it in a way that is unique to us and who we are. And it's like I'm definitely finding mine, and you're definitely finding your way as well over these past few years, especially.
I've had I've had the lived experience like, but now I have the education to go with it. So I'm still figuring out exactly what I'm doing. But, I have just jodybloom.com, and that's where I'm going to be putting um, yoga stuff, my health coaching stuff, really, and sharing as many resources as I can. I really want to educate and empower, but I'm beginning something. My little passion project right now, all about living our fairest, most wonderful lives. So I will be doing a solo podcast where I focus on women's health through yoga and coaching and things like that, breath work. And I also shed some light on the child free community. I will be diving into a lot of health stuff because I had type 1 diabetes growing up, and then kidneys failed and dialysis and the transplant 17 years ago, thyroid cancer, and mom died of breast cancer, sister had it, grandma died of ovarian cancer, just everything. Like, lived through it, kept going. And so anything I talk about, I'm not full of shit. And it's always been hard for me. I go to a therapist and they're like cute and perky. And I'm like, but you don't know shit. You don't know what it's like to lay on that floor and scream because you want to die so bad. So unless someone has been to that depth, I don't feel safe. And I guess that's
Mm,
what I'm doing. I'm trying to shine a light on those really fucking scary places.
yes.
I'm excited. It's my special gift, child of trauma, making a shitty situation a little less shitty. So
Mm,
right now, I think that might be what the world needs.
yes. And I want to ask anyone who is listening right now, please share with us how you are going to also lift women and be there for women. What are you going to do? And we want to know everything. So share it in the comments, write us an email, anything, my
Yeah,
own way, and it
absolutely.
begins with ourselves, knowing ourselves so that we know how it is we want to be there for other women. And so
Mhm.
this is our journey
True.
too. And Jody and we're just, finding and out how we want to do this step by step too.
Mhm.
We're just doing it. We're doing the action. We're in the action mode right now. We know this step that we're on right now and say we don't know 5 steps ahead of us, that's
Mhm.
okay. And for you too, whoever is listening right now, that is okay, and guess what happens? It's even better than if you knew what the next 5 steps are, because the beautiful part is that we get to, in a moment, that feeling in life that is very surprising, so that moment that, like, you don't even know, right? And then you're in the in between where you don't know, and then all of a sudden you do know. And that feeling we get of surprise and excitement and that energy that just fills you, like, that's where it's at? That's where it's at. So, like, don't be afraid is what I'm
Mhm.
saying, of the in between. There's so much in there that you can find and
True creativity lives there. That's like the star nursery. I would
Ooh, I love that!
You love everything though, Sari. So
I love that!
mhm. The, I think it's also important to just realize that the smallest thing, like, radical change can come from, "Today, I'm just gonna drink 1 glass of water,"
Mm,
or
share.
"Today, I will write for 60 seconds, a journal to my," or, "Today, I'll say one thing I'm grateful for in my head."
Small.
Awesome begets awesome, and
Yes.
suck begets suck.
Small. Small is awesome.
Mhm. Yeah, sometimes it's just if you're stuck, it's just standing up and shaking your body. I mean, and
Yes.
and this comes from
That makes me
experience of
wanna,
being
like
stuck a lot.
what?
Is it
I've, like, had days, Jody, where, like, literally that small thing that you're talking about, I would only give myself 1. So,
Mhm.
and it doesn't matter how small it is. If I did it, I was like, "Yes, like, I did
Yeah,
it." And then I would just focus on the feeling of accomplishing
winning.
that, and
Absolutely. That once your brain and your body gets used to that feeling of accomplishing one little thing, then it becomes easier. And then it leads generally will lead it's snowball, right? Just
yeah,
mm,
and it gives you a sense of possibility
mhm.
that, tomorrow it's possible to do another little thing and build on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
All
I
right,
guess we
sorry.
better wrap this
Yeah,
one up. I love this episode, I'm just saying.
I
I love
know.
that you were so brave, Jody, and you wanted to U-turn and go away from the vulnerable stuff, and look at where it got us. Look at the conversation we had. I love it, and I appreciate you with all my heart.
I love you too. Thank you.
Love you.
It was actually I will be contemplating that. What I just realized. What is this defense mechanism that I didn't even know I had? So this is what besties do. We bring out the best. We illuminate the things that might be the hardest or ingrained. And
With us for it, you
right,
know?
and whoever is out there
Yeah.
doing whatever with this video, you two are now part of this. So hopefully you're cool.
Yeah. Hopefully, you're not gonna talk shit to us and bring us down.
You're because I
Yeah,
won't
no,
fight somebody who talks shit on Sarah. You could say what you want about me, but talking
no,
shit
no,
about my
don't say,
best
and
friend
you
is a
better not
whole
say
other
anything about
realm.
my Cody Bodie tree. You
I love you. Uh, go pick up your lovely groom
my
husband, and
guy.
um,
Ari.
okay.
Bye,
Have a great day,
everyone.
everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Love
Bye.
you.